Hello and welcome to Meteorite Global Presents, a Python crash course. So, today we'll be going a little deeper into Chapter 2 and we'll study Chapter 2.2, which is strings. So, as I already told you, this is Chapter 2. It's in 4 parts. This is the second part. So, the topics that we're going to cover in this are variable strings, numbers, and columns. So, this is strings. Hello guys, I'm Harsh Arora. I've been coding for the past 5 to 6 years. I am 17-year-old. I am a sophomore living in India. Love to code. I am a self-taught programmer. I'm currently studying for CCNA A plus and also doing J. I'm also preparing for JEE. And I uh, actually my bad. Sorry. So chapter's gonna be a little more frequent from now. It was actually my mistake. I'm really so sorry. I was busy, like hella busy. Okay, so let's start. What is a string? So the first question I'm going to ask you is what is a string? So string is a series of characters, like anything inside a quote, like a double quote or a single quote is considered as a string. You can name a string and that name will store its value. That is very simple. Like if I put some name in here, like name or some letter A, so now this A will store this value. That is it. It is very versatile and you're gonna love it. Because strings are used almost everywhere in Python, like everywhere. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna tell how strings are changing cases in strings. So a method is a method is an action that Python can perform on a piece of data. The dot here, like name dot title. Here the dot after the name in the name dot title tells Python to make the title method act on the variable. So if you want to change the case, like name is Ada Lovelace, and I use name dot title. So name is like uh, is like a cell in Excel. It stores a certain value. So now you're telling that this value needs like the title function acted on it. So when you do that, Python is like, okay, I'll do it. So what the title does is it capitalizes the first letters, like Ada and Lovelace. It capitalizes. So there are many more like print, call. I hope you understand this much. Like in this example, the Ada Lovelace is lowercase. Then I, as a programmer, tell Python, okay, Python, print name dot title. So here, the title will tell Python that okay, I need to capitalize something here. So then Python does it, and then we get an output where the first letters are capitalized. Understood? I hope you understand. If there are any doubts or problems, issues, or anything about coding, if you want to know, just leave it down in the comments or go follow me on Instagram and DM me a question. Or you can either send it to Meteorite Global. I can probably answer it there. So this is basically the continuation of what I was teaching. So the title method here changes each word to the title case, where each word begins with a capital letter. Like in Ada, A becomes capital, and in Lovelace, L becomes capital. This is useful because you'll often want to think of a name as a piece of information. Like, okay, if I make a form, okay, and somebody is like in a hurry and did not capitalize his name. So, if I want to store it somewhere or print it, I need uh, to beautify it or make it presentable. So we use these kind of things, and it's very common. So similarly, the lower method is particularly useful. So many times there are capitalization issues. So the user either type all caps or like some caps, like haphazardly. So you always want it like very presentable and like very organized manner. So we use these like very frequently when we're storing data. I hope you understand. So moving on. So here are like the examples how you can use it. So I store the value Ada Lovelace in string called name. So when I print name dot upper. So this upper will know what it's gonna do is make everything in Ada Lovelace uppercase. And similarly name dot lower is gonna make everything in lowercase. So what we get is this and this. And that's quite sweet. Like if you want to beautify something while you're kind of displaying it, storing it, it's very useful in those cases. So how to use variables in strings? In some cases, when you take values like in parts, like if I take my first name in A and my second name in B, so when I want my full name, I need to join them. So to do that, to make it simpler, we can use a third variable like this one, like first name, last name, and then full name. We use this. This is known as an F string. We're going to learn about it in the next slide, but make a note here that if you're using Python 3.6 or earlier, you're going to use the format option rather than the F syntax to you. And then list the variables you want to use in the string inside the parentheses following the format. So, as I told you earlier, to insert a variable's value into a string, place the letter F immediately before the opening the quotation marks, and then Python will replace each variable with its value when the string is displayed. Already told you this is called the F string. The F is for format, like in the older versions we used to use format. Already told you, please keep in mind. These are very simple things. So in the previous question, first name is Ada, second name is Lovelace. So when I put it together, it becomes Ada Lovelace. Just like this one. So you can do a lot of things with def strings. Read this one, go through it, and you can use things in the previous slide that I used, like I used dot title to capitalize, and then I used the F string. So let this be your homework. Read the slide, understand this program, and if you have any problems regarding this, write it down in the comments as usual, and I'll help you out. So moving on. So this is so like again another example I've given here. You can use an F string to compose a message and then assign an entire message to a variable. Like Ada Lovelace. Full name I've given first name and the last name. And then the message that is hello. And then full name dot title and then print message. So what it does is these two combine in full name, and then full name combines with hello in message, and then we print message we get hello Ada Lovelace. And when I use title here, that means Ada and A from Ada and L from Lovelace are gonna get capitalized due to this. So that is what happens when you make the final print call. Nothing much, it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. Each variable is referred to by a set of braces. Okay, so these braces will be filled by the values, full name, the values that you're gonna enter or the variables then dot format first name comma last name. So what this does is first name is assigned to this, and then the last name is assigned to this. I hope you get the basic idea, and then use it. Use it in a program yourself. Try it out. The more you practice, the more you learn. I've learned this the hard way because I'm a slacker. I wait till the last day to do anything. So now coming to white spaces with tabs or new lines, like these are the shortcuts to white spaces. So here, white space is like a non-printing character, like when you write something like with tabs. Here, this is called a white space. This is a white space right here and here. This is the white space right here. So, such places, tabs, and end of line symbols, you can use white spaces to organize your output. Like make it easy to read and make it like pretty and presentable. So like if you want to add like a tab here, you just add /t. Okay, and to add a new line you add /n here and here. So when /n is provided, it just anything after this moves on to the next line, and then after this anything after this moves on to the next line, and then the next line. Thus we get languages Python and C and then JavaScript. So we can also combine tabs and new lines in single string, make it more compact. The string /n/t here, this is very important right here, tells Python to move to a new line and start it with a tab. Like you need the next line, and then in the next line you need a tab, like before anything that I write. This is the example of a one-line string to generate 4 lines of output. So let's give it a try. So print languages /n/t. So that gives me /n gives me the next line, /t gives me tab, and then again /n/t, then C, that gives me a next line, and then again a tab, and then /n/t JavaScript. So here there should be an indentation, but because of Microsoft PowerPoint being so great, it center-aligned everything. So we don't have like the same indentation right there. So a friendly reminder, please note whatever I've taught down, because these will be very useful in the following chapters that you're going to learn. When we like add like we name something like Python, we read Python, and then we add a white space, and then the other string may be Python without white space. Python and Python are both same here, but the only difference comes is there is a white space here and there is no white space here. So these two strings are going to be completely different. That is why it is easier to eliminate and then like match those if they're similar or not. So, and Python being Python makes it so easy to remove these extra white spaces. Like it's scary at some point. So we're gonna use the rstrip method in this program. So we ask people what their favorite language is, and they enter Python. I got okay, mine too, but they enter a white space here. So what are we gonna do? So what we're going to do is we write favorite language, that is the name of our variable, dot rstrip, and then rstrip, that is going to strip the white space after Python. So now your favorite language becomes Python without white space. Yay! That was so simple, right? Oh my god, that was easy. So now when you think about it, coding is easy. It's just like playing a game of Sudoku. It's all about mental games. It's all about how can you solve this problem. It's not how small the code is. It's how useful. It's how readable your code is. So when you're writing a code, please keep that in mind. So similarly, everything here is the same. Just read it, and if there are some things that you don't understand, please tell me in the comment section below. So think of this as your homework. Do it, try it, and if you don't understand anything, just ask, because if you doing it on your own, it's you're gonna learn more. If I just come here, talk about it, and then you're not gonna practice it, you're just gonna forget everything, like in an hour. So practice it regularly, not every day, regularly, like after a certain period of time, and try things on your own. Like I know because I read so many books, practice by myself, countless number of hours I put into this. So practice. Like if I teach everything here, you're just gonna forget after watching this video. Oh my god, you just gave this video. It's not like that. You have to practice everything what's given. Practice makes a man perfect. Not perfect, but at least somewhere near. So let's go. Why and how to avoid syntax errors. So syntax errors are when Python does not recognize code. It may be because you named a variable incorrectly. It may be because you made some error like a space in between. There can be many errors. So usually don't get raged. Don't think, okay, it's not gonna happen. Keep a cool mind. See what you've done. Okay? And then look, sometimes Python gives like great messages. And it helps us like where the issue is, locate the issue. Alright, so here. One of the Python strengths is its diverse community. Apostrophe. Print message. Okay. It should you think like apostrophe inside a set of double quotes, so the Python interpreter has no doubt, no problem reading it. So but when you're doing this here, 1, 2. Python thinks that you've started it here, you've closed it here. So rest of this is just some random gibberish that Python's never gonna read. So Python prints you a sweet message, gives you a sweet message. Line 1 of invalid syntax. It's invalid because everything you've written here is not in Python's like Python does not know how to interpret it. It's like it's overwhelmed with the kind of data you've given it. So Python is like, please, buddy, please check. It does not sound correct to me. Look, if you made some mistake, it's okay, just correct it. I'll run fine. But if you're gonna do this to me, it's not gonna work. So that's what's happening here. So in the output you can see error occurs right after the second single quote. This indicates that the interpreter does not recognize something as a code as valid Python code. Oh my god, that's true, because it was like after the first, what we've done was this. This was what Python was recognizing. After what was gibberish. Python was like, oh my god, I don't know what that is. So it got stuck. It was like, please help me. Here's where I got stuck. Please help. It's your code. You've written it wrong. Please correct. That's what Python is telling you right about here. So that was it for our lecture today. Hope you enjoyed it. Do read those slides. Like, please go read them, practice them by yourself, Have any problems, write some code. Have your doubts, put them down in the comment section, or follow me to Global. Text them or DM them, and I'll message you there if there are any issues. Okay, have a great day. I am Harsh Arora, and thank you for watching Python Crash Course.